everyone, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and today, well, I just spent 150 bucks on the car, and I don't really think it fixed anything. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a little better, but it actually wasn't that far out on stuff, to be honest. So, and ironically, actually, the camber was better before as opposed to now, but then again, that might be why it was clipping. So anyways, I've got the sheet here, and then also, well, I want to show you guys something though as well before I show you the sheet. See this? This is part of the actual strut mount itself, and it's snapped off. On the driver's side, you can see when they were torquing it, snap shear off. So that's lovely. So that's gonna be a fun one to try and pull out. Pain. But then again, like, because I can't even remember. Oh no, shoot. All right, so if we take a look at what it was before, again, it was all in the red. I knew it would have been. The alignment was going to be a little off. Like the toe was way in, way out on one side. The camber was negative on one side, but positive actually on the driver's side, or on the passenger side. Caster was out, and that sort of thing. And then the rear actually, you know, you can see where the rear is at. But to be fair, you can't adjust the rear because it's live axle. So take a look at the back, and you can see camber is now within sort of spec. They could not get the caster properly because they were like kind of maxed out, so that's one of the reasons why it's kind of pulling still. And then the toe is in good spots. So I basically just spent 150 bucks for them to break my car. That wasn't their intention. Jesus Christ. I will say I'm not happy about that. Really not. The car needed an alignment, and she's still pulling to the right. So I don't know why it's doing that. Everything underneath seems fine, and they didn't tell me shit. So other than like bearing clear, like a little bit of bearing stuff that I know I've needed to actually like take apart the bearings and, you know, clean them up and whatever else. But yeah, I can say I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. And it's not really their fault, you know, like this happening is not their fault. And the adjustments on stuff, you know, it was kind of like maxed out, and you can actually see where that's pretty much maxed out, yeah. So they couldn't get any more than that. Because if we look at the strut mounts, I'll just take you off of here, and I'll show you that now, and these Fox bodies do take a certain amount, don't get me wrong, without fully adjustable, like, you know, nice sort of adjustable strut mount, or more adjustable than this. But yeah, so that was pretty much at the sort of max for the caster there. You can kind of see roughly. If we look at this other one, let's see, you'll be able to see it a little better underneath maybe. No, you can't really see it that too well, but it seems similar on this end too. So what joyous fun. Honestly, that's money that I kind of had, but kind of really didn't have to try and fix this car. And now I'm not gonna lie, I am just upset about that. I really am. And I don't really know what to say, to be honest, because even though I am a happy-go-lucky person, as you guys are aware, like you see it all the time, but I do have a lot of like stress and whatever else in my life. It doesn't really have much to do with it's more just like the sort of stuff in my head. A lot of that stress is. And now, yeah, sorry, can you tell I'm on the verge of just a breakdown? Because I am. but trying not to. I don't really want to do that on camera, but. And this might like seem such an insignificant thing to a lot of people, and to be honest, even to me, this is very insignificant. But just trying to fix something, and I mean, granted, at least my steering wheel is actually clocked right now. At least I think it is. Yeah, it's straight. And yeah, at least the steering wheel's clocked right, but everything else is fucked. Like that caster's way off. That's probably why it's pulling to the right. So yeah. I don't know. Does anybody want to donate me like a full, you know, adjustable suspension setup for the front of my car? That'd be cool. That's not gonna happen, and that's fine. That's mostly a joke, but also like if you want to, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm not actually asking, but I am, but I'm not. You know what I mean, right? Just putting it into the ethos if anybody wants to do that. Oh yeah. So shit, right? And like you expect, you know, you spend that kind of money, which is not like a ton, but for me it actually is a decent amount. You spend that kind of money, and for your car not really to be fixed. Sure, it is a little better than it was, sort of, but at the same time, no, because now, like I said, the strap mount is broken. So now I'm gonna have to take this thing out to my buddy Roy to extract that. At some point. Yeah, but I do have good news though. Beyond this, I do have good news. So, you remember that, do you remember I was talking about in my previous video of an engine I could buy. I'll leave a little picture of the engine at the end of the video. The engine has a hole in the block, but it's actually a built motor. Like 30 over pistons, all that different stuff, shaved down head. It's even set up for 3 carburetors. So that head is going to go in here. Plus it's got adjustable rockers apparently. That's cool. And it's only costing me $300, you know. And now, the one nice thing is about Christopher is that he is letting me, so I'm putting like a deposit on it, and then next week at some point I'm going to take the truck up. I was going to potentially do it, like not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday to take the truck up. However, I don't know. I kind of just want that back here so I can make a little bit of content on tearing the motor down and seeing what's all up with it, what's all been done to it. I want to check out the crank as an example. And it's a 65 engine, so it's actually a different bell housing pattern than this. Even if it didn't have like a cracked block, you know, I wouldn't be able to actually utilize the block of it. So, just the head, you know, that's fine. So, what's interesting, and I don't actually know, I'd have to look at the numbers on the head itself if it is a large log head or not, because being a 65 engine, it wouldn't have been a large log head, that would have been a small log head. So I know that that thing might be a mix, well, it is a mixed match of parts, but with the head shaved 50 thou, and with me being able to run multiple 1-barrel carbs on it, it'll actually be far better. Now the only thing is that I'd actually have to look at my picture again of that engine. If it has the vacuum distribution block at the front of the motor, because if it doesn't, that's going to be interesting to figure out that. But, because like I said, it has 3 carburetors, right? And the third one would have been about where that one is, I think. So, and then it would be a while for me to actually put that on here because, well, I don't exactly have the money to really do all this, but I'm in a bit of a bind when it comes to that, just because Chris wants the stuff gone, and I get it. He's going to be doing a 5-liter swap, and it's just taking up space on his engine crane. So, yeah, maybe after Friday, because I'm going down to Lethbridge to deliver some parts on Friday, and then I'm going to be meeting, and actually, I sold the fenders off of Stitch, you know, so that whole era of Stitch having that stock front end, every single one of those parts is gone, which is kind of sad in a way. Or at least, well, I mean, the fenders are still here technically, but they're sold now. I got the money on them, and I'm going to be meeting the guy on Friday at the Mustang shop. So, because I'm picking up a heater core for this thing as well. So, like, the things I wanted to get done this week are getting done, but except for the alignment that didn't really pan out. Frustrating. But yeah, anyway, so with that motor, I mean, we'll see. And the best part is I run a dyno, and I'm actually taking over the business next year. So, or at least starting to. And the thing is with that dyno, it's going to be really cool because I will be able to show you when I have that fully in place with the multiple carbs and everything, and with the shaved down head, we'll be able to see how much power she'll actually make on the dyno. It'll be pretty darn cool. So, yeah. Sorry. I don't have my normal optimism today. I just don't. We're going on a trip and we're going to crash out. Yay! I'm sure you guys understand that more than most. Because when it comes to car shit and it not working out for you, yeah, we all know, right? We all know. Oh, frick. Alright. Well, that'll about wrap up this video here. Stay tuned for more content coming soon, hopefully. Yeah. The truck's gonna get some love in here soon as well. Like, I have plans for her, because when I go up to Edmonton to pick up that engine, I'm also gonna go to my buddy's place to check on the Capri and actually pull the front seats out of it. And I'm going to try and adapt the stock Fox body tan seats into the truck. I'm gonna attempt it. Now, the only thing is, I won't have a seatbelt, so I might have to try and adapt the seatbelts from that thing. I don't know. We'll see. It's only a lap belt in that truck anyway, so if I had a 3-point belt, that'd be cool. And then, yeah, and I can figure out, like, I do have a center console from a Fox body as well. I don't know how well it'd actually work in the truck, but it's worth trying. It'd be kind of neat to try to adapt everything and see how well it might work. So stay tuned for more truck content soon. But anyways, take care of yourselves and check out the links down in the description below. One's for Flash Shark Racing, and use my code KAT15 at checkout to receive 15% off your order. That's all in caps. And they do cold air intakes, they do some LED lighting, they do headers, you name it. They have a lot of different parts. They even have like wheel spacers, which I put on my truck. They have, diff covers. Like I said, they got a lot of stuff, so go check them out, honestly. And they treat me very well, and the quality of their stuff is actually pretty good for the pricing, all things considered. And then there's Oxido, which is the other sponsor I have, And I got a couple of their LEDs up here right now, and God, are those things bright, and they're awesome, honestly. Driving down the road, I feel kind of bad because I am blinding a little bit of people with it. I know that because people will think that I don't have my high beams on, then I'll put my high beams on, which are not LED. These are just the regular, and they go, holy crap, okay, fine, and it's kind of fun that way. But yeah, anyways, and well, you guys will see, like I said, the picture of that engine on here, and we'll figure out how to run multiple carbs, because that'll be a new adventure for me. I can set up 1 carb, sure, but setting up 3? I think Roy Marco is going to become my best friend with that, and I'm thinking of running it with Carter YFAs off of a Ford 300. I've got 1, I need 2 more, so I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, take care of yourselves, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out! Whew.